Greetings, divine mirrors. Sacred, awakening, remembering, gods and goddesses, one and all. Thank you for showing up. Welcome to Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess. We are on episode number 34. And today's topic is going to be walking with the God of your understanding. So I look forward to delving into this subject. It's been an interesting week, and I'm still playing around with technology, determining which is best and what platform this particular broadcast is going to have the biggest reach and the biggest impact. And so for the time being, it's seeming here, I'm actually in the, it's saying slow connection. I hope that is going to correct itself. Welcome, Stu Schreiber. Thank you for being here. I had an amazing conversation this week with some really, really powerful women who, are like digital marketing experts, and they're putting a proposal together for me. I would love to work with these ladies, and hopefully we're going to be able to come to a very empowering understanding for everybody. And because I really could use the tech support and the marketing support, and just stay in my area of genius and let the experts in their area of genius do their thing. So that's my plan. And in the meantime, I have been thinking a lot about what I would describe as practical faith. And what that means to me is applying spiritual principles in ways that are user-friendly in the day-to-day of our 3D experience here in this amazing simulation where we get to walk around in these bodies. I mean, quantum physics has demonstrated that we are actually 99.9999999% empty space. So we take for granted that we are actually walking, talking, living, breathing miracles, and because we get so caught up in mundane reality, and we have been so programmed to have fear-based thoughts and believe in lack and limitation. And it is really, it says slow connection again. I come on, you're not going to give me a hard time today. You're going to make it super great, graceful, and easy for me to channel these missives and to get magnetize amazing contributors to the conversation, and we're just going to have an amazing time together. And that's my declaration. So now technology is going to cooperate with me. I see Helene has joined us. Welcome to the party. Our topic today is walking with the God of your understanding. You can hear me. I'm so glad to know that. Thank you for the feedback. So what came to my mind is the Lord's Prayer, Psalm 23. Welcome, Zoe. Is it Zoe or Zooey? I never remember how you like to say it, but I welcome you. I'm glad that you're here. And I looked it up, and of course there's so many different versions of it, but the one that I was looking for is the one that I grew up with, and that is this: the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh, and I'm going to correct that to say invites or allows me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. So what does that mean to me from a place of practical faith, a place of walking, and I say with the God of your understanding, because each of us have our own definition of what God is. We have our own feelings about it. Some of us have a deep aversion to the word God and the genders associated with that word. And, it's like a rose by any other name. Whatever you choose to call that overarching intelligence that is the source of all in physical manifestation and breathes life into each and every one of us, for the shorthand convenience of it, I call it God, and I'm good with that. So hopefully, if you're not, you can sort of translate it in your head to the word that feels better in your heart and your soul, and we can proceed with the conversation. So when I think in terms of God, I think in terms of the beloved. And when I think in terms of the beloved, I think in terms of the one who is my most intimate, that knows me to the inner depths of my being, and I know that one as well. And we are so satisfied in one another's energy that we have this intimate connection where we can move through this dimension of time and space and be at peace. Because ultimately, to me, there is no success without inner peace. And if we want to create a life that is sustainable, a life that works for us, a life that is congruent with our organic energy, our unadulterated energy, from a place of rest and relaxation, then it requires us to be at peace. And if we are walking beside the love of our life, and all of our focus and attention is on them, we can pretty much go anywhere and do anything, and we are going to feel safe. We are going to feel held. We are going to feel loved. We are going to feel supported. And that, to me, is our ultimate goal, because it appears that everything in this physical dimension is transient. It's ephemeral. It's like there's nothing in the physical world that we can hold on to, quote unquote, forever. And it seems like all these things are there as like the placebo effect. I would assert that everything in the physical dimension is placebo, including our most intimate relationships. And all relationships and all placebos are meant to turn us back into ourselves. Helene says, you are coming in loud and clear. Well, that is so great, because twice I've gotten this notification that says that my connection is poor. So we are transcending that by our sheer will. And so anyway, so I was saying that all things in this physical world are here to evoke in us a certain feeling within ourselves, that if it is a good feeling, hey Lola, good to see you here. If it is a good feeling, if it is a feeling that fulfills us and nourishes us, it is a feeling that we want to cultivate, and that feeling is within us. We tend to want to ascribe it to someone or something outside of us, but that's a slippery slope, because all of those things outside of us will one day fade away. And so and if we are blessed, it's possible that we can stay in a particular relationship until life do us part, until, we say colloquially, till death do us part. But I tend to think that that is a kind of a black magic spell, and it is an unreasonable thing for us to put upon ourselves and anyone else, because we are eternally evolving beings. And so our lives change, and our needs and our desires and our evolution, the speed at which we are evolving changes, and what once made sense to us and was the dream that we held in our heart also evolves. And so we come to a fork in the road in so many different ways, whether it is with a person that we are in relationship with, whether it is a home that we're living in, whether it is our diet. I mean, I've got Lola here, and we both know that we've been through an evolution over time with our diets, and what once was acceptable no longer makes sense. And so we continue to grow and to change, and our values change. So holding on to anything outside of us is a cause of suffering. And so what this conversation about is today, walking with the God of your understanding, is how do you get into practical relationship with an energy, with that energy of that consciousness that brings you peace, makes you feel safe, makes you feel loved, makes you feel held, and makes it possible and bearable and potentially even wonderful for you to move through life, partnered or alone, in community or alone. It doesn't make a difference. It's like everything outside of you becomes icing on the cake, but it's not the cake. You're the cake, which is actually a lyric to one of my raps. But in fact, I'm going to do that. I didn't put it on my list of possible things for today, but it seems so appropriate in the moment. So that is called Self-Acceptance 101. And that goes, some people call me silver. Some people call me gray. I say, whatever. I say, okay. I don't need you to like me. I don't need you to stay. I don't need your approval. I will thrive anyway. How I dress is my business. There's just me to impress. I determine my worth here. I proclaim my success. You are sheen on my surface. You're the ice on my cake. You add spice to my latte. But honey, make no mistake. I'm the cake. I'm the cake. I'm the cake. And you yourself, each and every one of you, is the cake. And you don't need anyone or anything outside you in order for you to feel in thrival, to feel great and fulfilled. And if anything comes along outside of you that augments and enhances your experience, you get to enjoy it for as long as it's there. And as it moves, you bless it and let it go, because the universe abhors a vacuum. And as long as we stay in a state of curiosity, openness, excitement, gratitude, we are going to attract the next best thing and the next best thing and the next best thing. And that is what we are here, is to accumulate a lifetime of experiences. And the more open we are to receive them and roll with them, as opposed to cling and hold on tight and be like devastated when things come to an end, instead of constantly trusting the God of our understanding, whatever we choose to call it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I am absolutely open and delighted to have any one of you come on and share your perspective about this. Dialogue is certainly more fun when it's available than me simply talking to my own reflection, but I shall continue to do so. But this is such a wonderful, warm, no stress, friendly environment for you to get your feet wet and being in front of a camera and being seen, because we have been given faces in order to be seen. We have been given voices in order to speak and sing and be heard. So this is an opportunity and an invitation and an open platform, because all the world's a stage. All the men and women merely players. I am a stand for evoking the star that I know that you are. And why not come play? That's what we're here for. So who do we have? We've got Stu, we've got Zoe, we've got Helene, we've got Lola, We've got someone named Brendale. I don't know. Welcome. Nice to see you here. And Sasha Rana is in the house. Nice to see everybody here. So, so I started with the Lord's Prayer because it came to me as kind of like a illustration of what I have been cultivating in terms of my own experience. What I have been doing on my healing journey, very much of late, is giving myself permission to feel my beloved with me, to feel that yummy, warm feeling of being connected to one who sees me, who knows me, who values me, who appreciates me, who is functioning at my pace and is patient with me and wants me to be rested and wants me to be relaxed and wants me to be nourished and good to myself, and is standing and sitting and lying beside me, holding me, keeping me from running off in a direction of frenzy or anxiety or stress, of trying to force things into existence, trying to make things happen instead of allowing things to organically unfold. I mean, it occurred to me even just today when I woke up this morning that life is taking care of life. It makes sense. If we don't jump in and mistrust it and interfere and try to push the river, life will unfold for us in the most relaxed, graceful, and sublime ways. It is only our fear and our mistrust that stands in the way of our receiving better than what we can grab when we are committed and determined to do it on our own, when we feel like we have something to prove. And that is requiring a lot of letting go of programming, a lot of letting go of how I think things are supposed to be, or how I think that they are supposed to unfold, or grieving when things don't go the way that I wish that they would, or people don't show up the way that I wish that they would, or it seems like a fork in the road and we have to let people go from our lives. And it's a practice, and it's a practice. I would describe it as a practice in elegance and grace, because if you've ever seen those, who is the painter that paints those very, like, it must be Rubin, right? Or the Rubenesque women, and they're lying around on chaise lounges and they're eating grapes and stuff. It's like we really are in that dream world. We have just sped things up because we've introduced the clock, we've introduced the calendar, we've introduced concepts of time is money, and that time is finite and it's going to run out. And so we have stopped giving ourselves permission to bask in the fullness and the perfection of the present moment. And we are judging ourselves and the moments that we're in as not quite yet where we want to be. And that creates so much stress for us that we can't actually slow down enough to appreciate the magic and the miracle of the existence that we are and find ourselves within. Am I making any sense? Please feel free to comment in the thread if you have anything that you wish to say and are too shy to jump on the camera. Lynette is here. Wow, long time no see, woman. So happy to have you here. And Tara Love, yay, so happy to have you. So anyway, once again, I am inviting any of you who feel called to come jump on. There's a little icon at the bottom of the screen. It's got the outline of a person and a little box with another little person inside. And if you click on that, you will send a message to me to let me know that you would like to come on. And it can only be from your cell phone. It doesn't work if you are on a laptop or a desktop. So, and if you don't see that icon, you can simply type into the chat that you are interested in coming on, and I will go searching for you and see if I can bring you on that way. It works sometimes. So we go with the flow and we trust, and I have a little ditty for that, and it goes like this. I trust the ease and flow. I trust the ease and flow. I release the need to know. I trust the ease and flow. Again, I trust the ease and flow. I trust the ease and flow. I release the need to know. I trust the ease and flow. I'm going to increase my flow by having some water. So I think that God, whatever you choose to call it, the God of your understanding, wants us to trust him, her, thanks Lynette, it, so implicitly that we easily, bye Helene, thanks for showing up, much love, easily release all that seems like it wants to leave. Because the love that we have for those things and those people is really the love that is within us. That our connection evoked. And by evoking that connection, it sent a signal to us and set a standard and raised a bar for what it is that we want to experience in our lives. Welcome, Lisa. Good to see you. That what we want to experience in our lives without attachment, without making anything outside of us more important than our abiding connection to the source of our being, so that we can remain in peace, remain in trust, remain content, and even excited to see what's next, knowing that God, the universe, is always conspiring on our behalf. And it's only our perception of what's taking place that causes us to think that whatever is going on is bad and shouldn't be happening. So again, it is a practice. It requires a vigilance. I remember growing up and going to Hebrew school and going to services on Friday nights and on Saturdays. And those words were so intimidating. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children when thou liest down and when thou risest up, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And it was like, oh my God, this is so intense. It's like I can't afford to forget about the Lord for 1 nanosecond. That's a lot of work. Like, how do you show up in life, and how do you function when we're being told that we are supposed to relentlessly keep our attention on our source? And over time, cultivating a way of doing it. It's like any muscle that you build in the beginning, it's more difficult and it's more strenuous and requires more effort and more energy. And all of us seem to find little hacks, little shortcuts and tricks that we use to make the things that we learn about more and more simple. If you're a musician, you find hacks and ways to teach yourself a song that isn't necessarily the way that you learned it at the beginning. So the same is true about our relationship with our source. And some of the things that I have cultivated is like I have a tiny percentage of my awareness on my seat, feeling my butt in the seat, or feeling the soles of my feet on the ground, or keeping my fingers in mudras, and I'm feeling the physical plane touching the physical plane, and or holding a steering wheel, or even if I were up in an airplane and I could feel my feet on the floor of the airplane and my butt in the seat and my arms on the armrest. All those things show me unequivocally that I am 100% supported and sustained by this physical dimension, the feminine principle, which is the mother, the mater. And so if you don't want to think of the God of your understanding as a beloved, as a masculine, if you're a woman, or whatever your gender preferences are, you could think of the beloved in terms of the maternal energy, the mother, the mater, or you can think of the father, the breath that breathes life into us, as this like ongoing source of our animation, and convince yourself that you are indeed 100% supported by the physical and the non-physical planes at all times. It is unequivocal. It never goes away. And just that knowledge can bring you peace. And just that knowledge can help you feel that you are always surrounded by those energies that have you. This dimension has you. It's holding you. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome, Samara. Good to see you here. This is an open forum. This is ideally a dialogue. I welcome any of you who feels so inspired to indicate to me, whether you press that little icon at the bottom that lets me know that you want to come on, or that you type it in the chat. And I would love to hear your perspective, your relationship with whatever you call the God of your understanding, if you believe that you have such a relationship, and some of your tools and tricks that you use. Oh my goodness, look who's here. So good to see you. Philip, welcome. You might be one to come on and jam with me for a little while about, hi Sasha, jam with me for a little while, Shambhala, about the God of your understanding, and maybe you will even share a little song, a little pre-written one that comes to you, or a spontaneous improv that you are so brilliant at. I would love to see your face and have a little dialogue with you on your relationship with the God of your understanding. I was saying that for me, it is, it's like having touched that feeling in intimate relationship of, oh my God, this feels so good. I feel so loved, so held, so safe, so nourished, so nurtured, so adored and taken care of right now. And once I have experienced that, or even if I hadn't experienced it and I could simply imagine it, what would it feel like to be so met, to be so loved and held and provided for, that I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to strain about anything. I can simply remain relaxed and in my peace at all times. And to, once having touched that, whether in physical reality or simply within my own self to go, oh, I really like that feeling. I really want to cultivate that feeling and stay connected to it and have that be my life and have that be the energy that I walk around in, and to not make it dependent upon anyone or any circumstance outside of myself. Welcome, John. Nice to have you here. So that is the proposal that I am putting out there to you today. And I welcome your feedback, your thoughts on this. So whether you come on or type in the chat, let's discuss this, because evolution is a team sport. And we are all in this together, and we all have different perspectives and a different piece of the pie that we don't see until we share them with one another. And that's what I'm here doing with you, and that's what I invite you to come on and do with me and the rest of the people watching, whether they watch now or whether they come back later to it, because there is no expiration date on these videos. When we have an option at the end of a live to go 30 days or never. And I always say never delete. Let these things live on, so that we never know what life we are touching. And it just seems like if we decide to trust that we are instruments of the divine, we are vessels, and we are here to channel and share and reflect with one another, and allow ourselves to believe that what we have to share is indeed wisdom and is coming from the divine. And that actually takes the pressure off of it, because then it's not about you, the character. It is about you as the vessel for the divine to come through and support everybody in expanding and evolving and getting to better feeling places. We now have Kennedy Carr and Tim Everett in the house. This is exciting. So we're having a full house, and I'm going to keep repeating, this is a dialogue. So I would love for you to get over whatever shyness or hesitation, because I am probably the most friendly and supportive and relaxed and inviting host that you will ever come across, because it is my self-appointed job to see and evoke the divinity in you and support you in stepping into the truth of your own greatness. LOL, shy. You're not shy. How about you come on with your harmonica and you play for us? That is as a valid an expression of the divine as anything. That would be amazing. So that is my vote, that you come on and you give us a serenade with your harmonica. So that's what I'm going to say. So now I am going to take a deep breath, and I am going to drop into the silence, and I am going to wait to see what is alive and what is wanting to be expressed next. And I invite you to drop into the silence with me as well, because that is so delicious. Let me get one. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to just simply breathe and be in presence with you all while we wait for Lynette to go get a harmonica and come back. Okay, here she is. Yes. Accept. Add. Yay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great joy and pleasure to introduce to you Lynette Linny G. Gigolo, who is going to be coming to you from Riverside County. I don't know precisely where she lives, but when I was living up in that area, we met at this amazing open mic that was happening on a
regular basis. It was every Monday night at a place called Mad Mike's. Come on, technology, don't fail us now. It says it's adding, and so I am affirming that our connection is strong enough and you will be able to get on after this big buildup. So anyway, so I was living up in Murrieta for a while and attending this amazing open mic that was filled. There's so many musicians up in Riverside County because there's so many. No answer from the guest. Let me see if I can get it to work. Okay, let's go. Um, because of all the wineries up there, there are so many fine musicians, and she is one of them. And so this is a real treat. And it's been several years since we've seen one another. So I'm attempting from my end. I don't know whether you're seeing anything that you can click on that is allowing you to accept my invitation. And this is like the Jeopardy. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Come on, Lynn, everybody, hold the vision that Lynette can get on here with us. Let's put all your juju into this intention that we can make magic happen and we can transcend whatever limitations are going on in the field with the technology. No answer from the video guest. Oh, come on, come on. Let's try it again. It could be me, honestly. It could be me at my end. So what do I want to do? Let me see if I can. I'm going to unplug and move and see if I can get us to a better connection. Okay. Whoops. All right, you guys. This is what happens when you're live and a one-man show, a one-woman show, a one-being show, and you want to make things work, and you're flexible, and you're not so worried about being perfect anymore. And so I'm going to see if by me moving, I can get us to a better connection. It says adding. I'm even going to go deeper into my house. I'm going to do one more try. Couldn't add guest. It says this person couldn't join because of technical issues. Well, that I keep requesting, and you say you keep. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try. I'm going upstairs to where the router is. I probably should take my little list with me, but here we go. Okay, I am like practically on top of my router now. So if it's at my end, Ana Luisa is here now. Welcome. So we are dealing with technology, and we are walking with the God of our understanding. I cannot get any closer to my router. I suggest you try getting closer to yours, and hopefully we can make this work. But in the meantime, I am inspired to sing a song for you. And that is a song I wrote that's called The Beloved. And it really, you're on mine too. Okay, we're both sitting on our routers, so we can't get closer than this. So I don't know what it is. What I would suggest to you, perhaps, Lynette, is maybe if you wait, you're on yours too. Okay, accept. Let's try. Okay, and if this doesn't work, then I would suggest that maybe you turn off your phone and reboot and try again, because now it's like a matter of honor, right? We have to make this work. So while we're waiting, I was saying I was going to sing a song for you, and it's called "The Beloved." And okay, be back. You're going to do that. Okay, and it seems to be relevant to the subject that we're talking about because even though it seems a little bit funny, you'll hear when I sing the chorus to you. But it is that there's a lyric in there that you'll hear, the beloved arises in endless disguises. And I really think that our source is wanting us to figure it out and not get attached to form and simply be in love with the energy. So so cultivating that energy within ourselves and giving ourselves permission to walk in that field of in loveness, in joyness, in yumminess at all times will attract more in the physical to us that matches that. But we have that energy within us, whatever changes on the outside. So the song goes like this: Sacred love, divine and true, beyond all form, I merge with you. One forever, soul and heart, in God we join and cannot part. The beloved appears, without warning he nears. And you know when he's come, you have but to succumb to the beat of the drum that you hear. The beloved is here. Give up worry and fear. Let your heart be your guide, with your arms open wide. Find me living inside you, my dear. The beloved arises in so many disguises. Dread not our goodbyes, for again we will rise. I wanna be with you for the rest of my life tonight. I wanna dream with you and hold you so very tight. This present moment is the jewel we have come to share. Until a new day dawns, beloved will still be there. That is a very abbreviated version of the song because I didn't have the lyrics in front of me and I skipped verses, and that was what happened. So you'll have to tune in again for the full version of The Beloved. But the point is walking with the God of your understanding. What does that feel like? What can you imagine it feeling like to be in the best relationship of your life, in the most fulfilling, the most satisfying, the most rewarding, the most inspiring, and that you have, thank you, and that you have that available to you 24/7, unbroken, because the energy is yours. You've cultivated it inside you. And so you can survive all transitions that take place in your life because you are a multidimensional being. You are in this world and not of it. And this form, this character, this personality is transient. And so are all the ones that you engage with. And the more you can find peace and gratitude in getting to be here in a body, in a form, having all the myriad experiences that you have, and deciding that the universe is always conspiring on your behalf. There was a book written, I don't know, 20 years ago or so by a guy named Robert Bresney. It was called Pronoia, as opposed to paranoia. The point was that the universe is always conspiring on your behalf. Lynette, next time not connecting. No worries. Glad to join and listen. Okay, okay. Well, I look forward to it working sometime. And let's see. I'm gonna try one time from my end and see, since I'm sitting here, and see if I can be successful at this. But it is certainly a joy to see you energetically and know that you're here and have the thought of you be evoked in my consciousness and awareness. And so that's the same thing, that what we're talking about is like just thinking about someone can conjure them in your experience. And rather than feeling sad that you're not together, you can actually feel happy and blessed that you have an awareness within you of what that character, what that form of the beloved is like, their personality, their form, their quirks, their idiosyncrasies, their skills, their gifts. Welcome, Rick. How are you? How are you? It's good to see you. So we're having a beautiful conversation. At least I'm having a conversation, and looking forward. It says I'm not able to connect with guest Lynette, so we're going to release on that. We're not going to try to force it, and we're going to trust and allow. And that reminds me, did I do this one already? Yes, I did. But it bears repeating in case some of you are new here. It goes, I trust the ease and flow. I trust the ease and flow. I release the need to know. I trust the ease and flow. So if you can remember that little ditty, it can help you in times of stress, when you don't have an answer and you don't know what to do. It's always good to sing. It's always good to dance. It's always good to do a state change, an energetic state change from whatever you are feeling. If you give yourself permission to get up and jump and dance or run or put some music on or go walk the dog or pet the cat or find somebody to talk baby talk to, like whatever it is that you can do to take yourself out of those places of loneliness and despair and feeling like it's you against the world, and really tune into that place of connectedness that helps you feel, not just remember, but feel that you are never alone. You are always connected, always. Let's all take a nice deep breath. Is there anyone else who would like to attempt to come on and chat live? You must be on a cell phone, and there should be a little icon at the bottom of the screen with a little person, outline of a little person with a box with another little person inside that. And if you click on that, it will send a message to me that you are interested in joining the chat. It seems I can have two people on at the same time. I just learned that recently. And I always think of you. I knew you had something special we would share. Oh, that's beautiful. That makes me happy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a momentary interlude, our connection, but it definitely felt like a deep soul recognition. So I feel grateful to hear you say that. And Linda Tetzlaff has joined us. So welcome to the call. So this whole thing started with me thinking about Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He leadeth me to green pastures and still waters, And and when I think about that, it makes me feel that our source, our benevolent source, is beckoning us, is wanting us to relax into it, to trust it more, to allow life to unfold for us and wow us, rather than us feeling like it is our responsibility to push the river. Ease and grace are such sublime concepts. And as I was starting to say before, if we think about those Rubenesque paintings that we've seen of angels in heaven who are sitting around and eating grapes and all this kind of stuff. Now, there certainly is, we get something from exerting ourselves in certain ways of, transcending our own beliefs about our limitations of what we're capable of, and proving to ourselves that we can put in the effort, and we can get in great shape, and we can learn new skills, we can learn new languages. There's so many things that if we apply ourselves, we can learn. I just think that we can honor ourselves more, so that when we can discern between a healthy kind of pushing and a pushing that is actually doing violence to us. I mean, I can speak from very recent experience. So when I speak to you, it's not like I've mastered all these things. I'm working on these things, and I I tend I tend to be very, very, very present with whatever I'm doing. I really believe that, the expression before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water, after enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And my interpretation of what that means is that our tasks here in this physical dimension may be the same, but how we approach them, how we relate to them, our attitude about them can be worlds apart, and make all the difference between what we're doing is feeling mundane or is feeling sublime. So if we are at a state of enlightenment where we realize that simply getting to exist is such a mind-blowing blessing and privilege, so that means that whatever task we put our attention to is also a mind-blowing blessing and privilege. So if we are doing dishes and we have a stack of dishes, then the doing of the dishes can be a blessing and a privilege, and our hearts are filled with gratitude that we have hands, and we have eyes, and we have dishes, and we have sinks, and the water and the suds and the sponge are sensual and they have texture to them, and we can feel these things, and maybe the dishwashing liquid has a beautiful scent to it and we can smell it. There are so many things that we take for granted based on our mundane programming. I have a group. If you look in the description for this live stream, there's a whole bunch of groups that I have created that you are most welcome to join. And one of them is called Waking Up from the Hypnosis of Mortal Reality, right? So it's like when we realize that we are not just these expendable, flesh and blood beings that sometimes are downtrodden and down on our luck, and have been dealt a lousy hand, or whatever we believe, and we actually slow down enough to become in awe of the fact of our existence. I'm just waking up this year. Well, congratulations and welcome. Aaron Swan is with us. Welcome. Yeah, so it's like, and sometimes, people do plant medicine experiences in order to evoke that. And the thing about the plant medicine experience, I would assert that it is also placebo. Somebody told us that you eat this plant or you drink this plant, and they ascribe certain qualities as to what this plant will make available to us in terms of seeing other dimensions and colors and sacred geometry and all this kind of stuff. And I would suggest to you that everything is a self-fulfilling program. So whatever we believe and we put outside of us, if I take this pill, I'm going to have this mind-blowing experience. But once I have this mind-blowing experience, or I smoke this thing, it's like I have given the power to that mind-blowing, to that substance, to give me that mind-blowing experience. But that mind-blowing experience actually took place within me based on the power of me believing the suggestion. So I could have that experience, and then I could tell you about it, and you could have that experience without needing to ingest any kind of substance, simply believing that you have the power to lay down new neural pathways in your mind to other dimensions, other experiences that put you in touch with the sacredness of the miracle that you are and that this dimension is, so that you start looking at the world, to life, to yourself, to all that is, through divine eyes, not mundane eyes, but eyes that recognize themselves as miracles and recognize all they get to see, all they get to hear, all they get to touch, all they get to taste, all they get to smell as miraculous as well. Are you picking up what I'm putting down out there? Are you grokking me? Anna Weltman is in the house. Dan Hare, welcome everyone. We had one experience of one brave soul, Lynette, attempting to get on the chat and dialogue with me and play the harmonica for us. Alas, that was not to be, and that now perhaps we may try again before the time is up. We're here till 7 p.m. Pacific time. But I have had the experience where one person couldn't get in and someone else could. So if you feel inspired to come on screen and share your face, because you have been given a face to share it, you have been given a voice to share it, you have been given a mind and thoughts and perspective to share. Evolution is a team sport. We all have a piece of the puzzle, and I, for one, want to hear yours, and I say the rest of the people on this chat would love to hear from you as well. So even if you've never been on a chat before, I am warm, I am welcoming, and I am here to make you feel as comfortable and safe as possible. And besides, the God of your understanding is right there beside you. So I invite you to tune into whatever you perceive that to be, him, her, they, it. It's your God. It's your source. It is your great spirit that you are one with and connected to so intimately, to every cell of your being, that you can afford to feel safe and provided for every instant of your existence, and you can let go of the stress. Whoops. You can let go of the stress. You can let go of the strain. You can let go of the fear. You can let go of the angst, the anxiousness, the anxiety, the nervousness, the pressure, the worry. And a way that I suggest that you do that is lie down on the earth. Lie down on the earth and find the way to attune yourself to notice the difference between the energy that's running through your body and at what pace it is revved to, and the energy of the earth, and align yourself. I don't know why that keeps happening. Align yourself to the energy of the earth and breathe with her. Lay down on the body of the mother. And there's another group that you can join that is listed at the top. It is called Rename the Planet, Planet Peace. And I invite you to become an ambassador of this viral project that I initiated that came through me, because like I don't know how this planet got named Mother Earth, but we certainly take her for granted and treat her like dirt. And I consider myself to be a word alchemist. I believe that we cast spells and pass sentences with our choice of words, and that we can demonstrate the power of the word by just planting this little thought seed of planet peace into the minds and consciousness of as many beings as possible until we hit a critical mass. And even people who would think that this is a naive idea, the seed is still planted. And so every step we then tread upon the body of our mother, we tread as a prayer with reverence. Planet peace, planet peace, planet peace, I am standing upon and stepping upon and am an ambassador for planet peace. And we can transform this world with a silent strategy that has nothing to do with war, and no one can stop us. And I have another strategy that I'm intending to launch as a viral campaign. I'm going to tell you about it here, because why hold it back, since it's bigger than me and I want it to happen. And it is a little bitty hashtag, and it is hashtag Yin Wins. I assert that the only way out is in. The only way out is yin. And that is for all of us, even those of us in male bodies. It doesn't matter what body you're in. The feminine principle, the soft, nurturing, connected, intuitive, nourishing, peace-oriented principle will win, because the goddess has declared it so. And I am speaking of the goddess principle that is using this vessel to share this thought form. So these are two that I invite you to adopt. If you are looking for how to support me, please support my missions. And that is to rename the planet, Planet Peace, and to release this hashtag Yin Wins. There are platforms listed up there. If you would like to make any kind of physical donation, you can join my virtual community, the Universal Temple of Expanding Consciousness. The ultimate intention is to manifest a magnificent physical compound where we can create community, sustainable, ethical, cruelty-free, vegan lifestyle community that is a peace-oriented community that is there to support people in processing, moving a lot of rage and grief out of the body, because it is really a shock to the system to realize how divine we really are and how we have been programmed really into a slave mindset, and are so hard on ourselves and so hard and dishonoring of one another. I'm also working one-on-one with people, and so if you resonate with me and would like to have a private conversation, I'm right now taking on 2 people for private coaching, spiritual coaching, and I also do keynote concerts. And if you would like to invite me to your event or your cause or do a house concert, we can talk about that too. So I have all these different ways. I would be honored to serve you and your community and support the upliftment of all that is. So that is my pitch to you. Doing a little time check. It's a little bit after 6, and I'm gonna make my way back to my desk, and because I have a list down there of other potential songs that I might share with you during our time together. And again, this is meant to be an interactive dialogue. Everybody's got a piece of the puzzle. And if you feel so inspired to attempt to come on and chat with me, that would be most delightful. So here I go. Oops. So, okay. All right, so I am going to put my phone back in its little stand to make it more comfortable. Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. Feel like I need to move my body a little bit. Oh. And if you feel so inclined to join me, please do. What is that thing about dance as if nobody's watching, right? See, this is the thing. We have all been given such unique original characters, and we all express ourselves differently. And rather than being shy and self-conscious about that, we need to give ourselves permission to celebrate that and to be out proud. There was this amazing. I was a market analyst. This is many, many years ago for the Swiss Bank Corporation at the World Trade Center in Manhattan, downtown New York. And the World Trade Center, if you've never been there, is an amazing place because all the different subway lines and trains converge there. And there's a whole underground shopping mall with stores and restaurants and stuff. And so it's kind of like future world in a way because you never see sunlight and you never go outdoors when you're in that underground mall. And so when I would take my lunch breaks there, that was like back in the day when we were still sending people things in the mail. And I used to love to shop for greeting cards. I don't know if anybody else here had that fetish, but I used to love to shop for greeting cards, sometimes not even knowing who I was getting them for, but it was kind of like a fun way for me to pass my lunch hour. And I picked up this card once that I ended up framing, and it was a quote from, I don't know if he was a Spanish or French freedom fighter, I can't remember. His name was Emile Zola, and he said, "If you ask me what I came into this world to do, I will tell you, I came to live out loud." So that is why I am giving myself that permission and finding the courage within myself because even though I have been singing my whole life and I have been speaking one way or another, committing to showing up and speaking on a regular basis it's still, there's this still like who am I to kind of thing that comes up, but it's like the bigger me, the me that has these thoughts about like how we have all been given a face and a voice and a point of view, and we are meant to share them with each other. We are allies in each other's evolution, and evolution is a team sport. So we need to see the things that are in our blind spot, that if we don't share our perspective, we may never learn. So I do this for me, and I do this for you because I want really, really, really to give you permission to show up and share your voice and share your perspective with the rest of us as well. And we've got Bella Grace, and we've got Art, and we've got Jeff, and it is so nice to see all of you here. And again and again and again, I invite any of you who feel so called to come on. We had a little technical difficulty with one person, but it has happened before that I couldn't get one person on, but I could get somebody else in. So it could be that's the universe who is making the selections for who gets to share on any particular broadcast. But she was going to share with her harmonica, and I know I've got some other musicians in the house. So if you feel to come on and share how you walk with the God of your understanding through any creative means that you feel inspired to, that would be a pure delight. I welcome all of you. So, anyway. The courage to show up, the courage to be the unique character that you are, the unique expression of the divine, becomes much easier when you feel yourself connected to the source and understanding that you are a vessel. So as I sit here talking to you, looking at my own reflection, I am aware of the beloved beside and within me, right here, right next to me in the most intimate way. I am aware of the soles of my feet touching the ground. I am aware of my butt in my seat. I am aware of my hands right now holding my water cup. And I feel connected. And that connection gives me confidence. It gives me power. It gives me strength, because I know it's not just about me, the character. It's about me, the vessel that is a conduit for the unmanifest expression to have an outlet to be expressed into this field, into this dimension. And that is what we all are. And it is really so easy to feel connected with just putting a little portion of your awareness to whatever part of you is touching something in the physical plane, which is the material, which is the mater, which is the mother. You are connected to the physical plane at all times. And the physical plane is supporting you and sustaining you 100% of the time, as is the non-physical, which is the masculine principle, which is the father or the pater, and that is the source of our breath and that which animates us. So you are the divining rod between the physical and the non-physical, heaven and earth. And Mother, Father, God, all that is supporting you in your being here at all times. And the more you are aware of it, and the more you appreciate it, and the more you trust it, the more it is able to show you and provide for you. And you can have a more and more and more magical, mystical, delicious experience of being here in this body, to get to a point where you don't have thoughts of wanting to leave here anymore, because you realize what a blessing, privilege, and miracle it is to get to be embodied. And all the programming about what you should have or are supposed to have that causes you to suffer because you think you're lacking something and missing something falls away, because just getting to exist is the gift. Everything else is window dressing. And just your beingness is so sacred and so enough. And spiritual logic dictates to me the knowing that you belong here because you're here. That's all the proof and evidence that you need. You belong here, you are wanted here, and you are necessary here for as long as the God of your understanding deems it so. And I assert that the more grateful you are for getting to be here, the longer you can remain. And the longer you can remain, the more refined you can become in learning how to navigate this dimension with ease and grace. To me, that's how we win the game. Am I making sense? Are you resonating with these words? Would you type something into the chat and let me know? So I sit here sometimes in silence, just beaming at you, because I want you to know that if you feel inspired to perform, you are welcome to. If you don't, your sheer beingness is enough. There is nothing that you need to prove. Your source doesn't need you to prove anything. Your source knows you are worthy of this miracle, this gift that your life is. And I don't need to see you or even know you to know what a precious miracle you actually are. Thank you, Lynette. I think that presence is the greatest gift that we can give to one another. Undistracted, honoring, focused presence. And once we find that within ourselves, we can't be pushed around. We can't be intimidated. We can't be scared into believing and doing things that feel incongruent and out of integrity with who we really are. It is, to me, magic and unheard of in this day and age, in this Instagram, TikTok, 10-second, 15-second fast food reality, that you all stay with me, some of you for the full 2 hours, week after week after week. There's some real healing happening here. I'm honored and grateful to get to be here with you. And I am available right now. I'm taking on 2 new coaching clients, spiritual coaching, one-on-one. And if that is something that would be of interest to you, please reach out to me with a direct message and let's set up a time to chat and see if we're a fit and how I might be able to support you. I would love that. This world is going to come into alignment through peaceful people. Peaceful people who have found their connection to Source and can't be intimidated anymore. One song is coming to mind. And again, at any moment, anybody wants to see if they can get on and chat with me. Don't kick yourself later and wish you did. This is called Healing Prayer. We put our faith in you, dear Lord, for healing and relief. Allay our fears and give us strength. We ask you bring us peace. We pray our days be multiplied, and may our years increase. The gift of life is in your hands. We thankfully receive. We call upon your mercy, Lord. We place our trust in you. Let comfort fill our minds and souls. Let courage see us through. Another chance to dedicate our lives to serve your aim. Requesting health may be our wealth. We humbly call your name. We put our faith in you, dear Lord, for healing and relief. Allay our fears and give us strength. We ask you bring us peace. Rich Davidson and Cash Oshman, welcome to Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess. I am delighted to have you here. Thanks for showing up. So yes, giving ourselves permission to find that abiding energy, that peaceful, quiet, nourishing presence that is always here with us. So intimate, so fulfilling, that renders us whole, so that we don't need anything outside of ourselves. We're not grasping or chasing or looking for anything outside of ourselves. And the way this dimension works is that when we're already a match to the things we desire because we have found them, it's like that big biblical quote, seek ye first the kingdom within and all this will be added unto you. It's like coming into that space of already having instead of being hungry is what magnetizes the physical manifestation of whatever that is. Whether it is food, whether it is a relationship, whether it is an opportunity, dropping into that space of fulfilled contentment, knowing that our beloved is right here, holding us. So then we're not needy. It's a trick of the mind, and it's also the truth. Because as I said earlier, the only things that we perceive ourselves to be lacking are the things that we have been programmed to believe are necessary for us to be happy and fulfilled. And then we don't see the forest for the trees because we overlook the fact of the miracle of our sheer existence. And we go around saying, I need a miracle, I need a miracle, I need a miracle. And we miss that we are walking, talking, living, breathing miracles in a miraculous field. There is nothing here that is not a miracle. if you have something you feel to contribute to the conversation or a question you wish to ask, please come on and chat with me. I am here for you. Let's see. Richard Laporte. I don't know who you are, but welcome. You're still here. And Lynette. Lynette, are you open to me trying again? You're listed here, so it seems like potentially I can get you. So I'm going to try since you were willing. Oh, welcome, Katerina. Nice to see you here. Okay, let's see if we can add Lynette. Maybe we'll be lucky.
Hey, I'm gonna go get my.
Yay!
I've been listening for a while in my yard.
So nice. So
Yeah,
beautiful out there. So good to see
you too.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you said that you have just had your awakening in this past year.
Yes,
Do you want to share about that?
sure. Um, I almost got hit by a car.
Oh
So
dear.
I don't know. It just made me think of what was all important. And I was gonna. I felt like at the crosswalk, I was either gonna yell or get really mad at the guy in the car. But all I went and did was I went and just grabbed my daughter because she's the one that pulled me back and gave her a hug, and everything. It was just a weird day. It was just that woke me up like more. I mean, I've had things, and I even go back and is that what that was? Like I don't know what the words are or how to describe them because because it feels so new. Not a lot of people I talk to about that stuff.
Well,
You know,
can you describe, well, there's two things I want to say. Can you describe like who you were before and who you are now, but the difference between
oh,
the
like I worried about a lot of things, just things, objects, and things like that, and I would, like when I see the land change, it makes me sad. Even like with houses, I know that's everybody has a place to live, but I miss like that changes everything, and those kind of things. I feel like I go, something's gonna happen, something's not right, because something's mad, or it's letting people be aware of you're polluting our earth, and all these little things, all the worst disasters, but those aren't disasters. It's healing itself. It's trying to
mm,
heal itself
mhm,
because of
mhm,
everything, that kind of stuff.
mhm, mhm.
Um, for like, I've always had God in my life, but I felt like listening to anything that wasn't everything that would come out in my Bible would come out different to me. Like, it didn't mean like if we had to recite it, what it meant to you. But I had been like, that's not what it's supposed to mean. But that's what it meant to me. So I would just get mad and put my headphones, my Walkman on in Bible class, and just listen to music, you know. So there's a lot of things in my family has changed a lot. Seeing the things people sacrifice to have the objects people want or the things they want. I see how things changed, and now this and things like that isn't important now. Like the times they've missed hanging out or those things that just make me more quiet, but not quiet because because I don't have the words to say what that is. But when I do think about it and it does come back, I will speak on that past time with that person because because I didn't know how to react to them.
Mm.
I didn't want to give out anything good or bad, because that was there for their own thought, that own, like I gave my sister a bracelet. Okay. So just so she can have calm energy, and keep her peace, to protect her inner peace. That's like the biggest thing I've ever worked on in my whole life. Just now, just now learning some of the words to express what I was trying to say is, I wish I can keep it more. I'm like buffering myself, in that world of not having it, knowing it's there all the time. You know what I mean? Because all the distractions, like I had all this going on back here with the dogs, you know what I mean? Or the TV's on, my son might turn the guitar on anytime to practice. I don't know. But just trying to stay focused on all the things that are coming at you at the same time. And I'm trying to put out positive things for the things that are coming at you, and correcting, that to stay at the boundary. You don't want it to come towards you anymore. That's where I'm at.
Powerful. So yeah. So I mean, so if you were to describe your version of walking with the God of your understanding, like what does that mean to you?
Helping, teaching people, giving a moment to someone instead of having something negative in their life, a positive thing to do for that maybe 20 minutes. It might not, I'm going to never see that person again. It's, or not hassling. Like I saw a lady, getting cans or whatever. I didn't want to bother her, even though she's sitting somewhere that people would normally tell them to go away. I just left her alone. What? That's not. Why do I want to bother her? Or say something that she probably don't like what she's doing anyways. You know what I mean? Yeah, and want to help without making them feel like they can't help themselves. Sometimes it's really tricky. I'm very sensitive, I guess, and I feel like I was doing like when you were saying about grounding yourself, putting your arms down. I'm sitting right here, like this, and then I go, bang, and I hit these, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a klutz. I don't know how to, it's, like a big,
Yes, make a beautiful noise. We're here for that too, right? We're here to make a beautiful noise.
Yeah. He went off on my husband's like, what are you doing? So, yeah.
Yay. Well, that's a good segue for you to play something for us if you got your harmonica.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. I got this one too. This is more like for melodies and like more like in a piano style, and it's more chords. It's really like a big sandwich, big ice cream sandwich I can't eat. Oh, backwards. I don't know. Let's see what it is.
Thank you.
You're
That was so
welcome.
sweet. Thank you. Beautiful.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, so nice to see you.
I did that one-handed.
I know. That's very, very impressive. I couldn't have done that with two hands.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Oh, thank
So
you.
good.
This one,
Well, blessing.
this is more like campfire. Just really, I like playing this one with the country music. It's more like chilled out.
I remember
Yeah.
your I remember your case that you came
Right.
in with. Yeah, it was like, whoa, this is serious business here.
Yeah, for each key, and then the flats. Then you have
hmm
chromatic with a button. Yeah, that one's cool too.
Are you still playing a lot? Are you getting out and playing?
Oh, I play. My son plays a lot. My husband plays a lot. I play sometimes. I've been painting and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's cool to let you know what, like your kid's out there, he's playing. I want to go to all the shows, but you know, your mom's there again. You know, and I'm just like, I'll go on. You know, let him have his breathing space. You know, and go show up
Is,
here and there. Yeah,
is he a harmonica player too?
guitar. He plays
Oh,
guitar.
guitar. Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh,
Hmm.
uh-huh, uh-huh. You got a family band there.
Yeah, we do.
That's
And it's
very
fun.
nice.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Well, so good to see you, and I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate all the effort.
I know. I think that's my energy. Really, it does that. Sometimes like buffering. Like if I don't want to watch TV and he wants to, sometimes I'm like, I better go let him do his thing. He needs to relax too. You know. So I'll go into
hmm
the. That's when I go paint or something. You know. But
Very
yeah,
cool.
when
hmm
I can't. Sometimes it's hard to. Okay, you gotta like breathe. I keep forgetting to breathe.
That's a big
I
thing.
know, huh?
Big thing. It's
And
like
I
the
play
the, the qu
harmonica. You think I would know about the breathing, right? Yeah.
quickest way to reconnect with source is through our breath.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, this is a little echo harmonica we used today, and it looks like that. It's really old. It reminds me of like that smell when you go into a older like hotel with all the wood floors in it and the wood paneling, and they haven't painted over it ever. When that's what it reminds you of, like the smell even.
Oh,
It's,
wow.
yeah,
Super
and it's just
nice.
so tinny. Sometimes it has a little rusty spot on it. You could taste that too, but you know you got to play the song. And then that
Really
saying like how you were saying about being always trying to be perfect, and I'm always trying to be like that. And that one I've learned for the last 5 years. It's okay.
to let that go.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, good,
Right?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is
Yeah,
really
well,
cool. I
nice.
just came on for the hoot. I was looking for something, and then I don't know what I was looking for, and then I said, "Let's." Oh, she's live finally. I can get her when she's live. You know. So I finally got to see you live.
So good.
Yeah.
All right, sister. Well, thank you so much for sharing,
Thank
and I
you.
look forward to seeing you again and hopefully in the
Right
physical
on.
one of these days. All
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Many
Bye.
blessings. Take care.
Bye. How do we turn this off?
I got it. I got it. I got it. Yay, we got on. That's so great. That is so great. And once again, I trust the ease and flow. I trust the ease and flow. I release the need to know. I trust the ease and flow. Whatever you can do to get yourself back into that space of joy and oneness and trust, it's like I don't know if you were on here and you heard me earlier say that life life is taking care of life, and we get in the way of that. If you remember at the beginning of the pandemic, it was really cool for me because I had already been saying for a really long time, if humanity would just take a sabbatical and like take a week off, the universe, the planet would right itself. It is all of our industry and our technology and stuff that is reaping, and certainly our wounded psyches that are wreaking all of the havoc that we experience on this planet. And if we were to just let life right itself, and sure enough, the pandemic started and the industry stopped. And what happened? All the pollution left Los Angeles, all the air pollution, all the water pollution left Venice, Italy, and there were dolphins in the canals. This is how quickly Mother Nature can restore everything if her belligerent children, her righteous know-it-all children, would take their hands off of everything and simply surrender to, with humility and humbleness, to how little we actually know, and that we are honored guests here and we are privileged that we get to exist, and our source, the God of your understanding, by whatever name, arose by any other name, whether it is God, goddess, source, great spirit, light, all that is, whatever it has is infinitely intelligent and has given us the gift, the grace, the blessing, the privilege of these bodies, of these forms, of this planet, for us to be humble, grateful vessels and delight in our own existence and delight in the variety of forms of one another that we get to interact with and engage with and share and delight in. And we have gotten so confused and so distorted in our understanding and consequently do not see the other as ourself. And it is so painful and it is so sad. And yet, if we align with that source, if we trust that source, if we make that source of our understanding our beloved, our closest confidant, our most intimate energy that we engage with, we can be at peace and feel safe no matter our circumstances. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. My rod and my staff comfort me. And how I interpret those is like in yoga, and they talk about mudras and the different ways that we like touch our fingers. And even in that simple touch, or whether, like I say, whether we're holding our steering wheel or we're feeling the pressure of our forearms against the armrests, even on an airplane, and our butt in the seat, and the soles of our feet touching the ground that we're standing on, even if it's 3,000 feet up in the air or whatever. It's like we can connect the non-physical and the physical, and in that moment, or physical to physical, and in that moment we ground ourselves in the experience of being 100% safe, supported, and sustained by the source of all that is, by the source of our own being and the source of all in physical manifestation that we can see in this material world with our eyes, with our sacred eyes. The only way out is in. The only way out is yin. I was called to create this thing called the Universal Temple, originally of higher consciousness. I have recently changed the name to expanding consciousness to take the hierarchy out of it, because we are all evolving together. Evolution is a team sport, and originally I was calling it a world peace sanctuary. It has had a physical incarnation a few times. Now it's operating as a virtual community, and my intention ultimately is to create a physical version of the community again, a compound healing retreat space, an event space with a live-in community and enough space for guests as well to come and learn and heal and release and purge. I do a lot of primal emotional release and grief and rage work. with people, but ultimately I realized that, world peace sanctuary is very lofty, but what we actually all need is that inner world peace sanctuary. And in fact, that is what my current home is, an inner peace sanctuary. And I do I'm just moving into my space and I've been setting it up, but my ultimate intention is to have one or two retreat guests at a time who are wanting to have a place to drop in and be supported in finding and connecting to their inner peace and their inner beloved, so that they can walk with the God of their understanding and feel at peace in all circumstances, because ultimately I believe there is no success without inner peace, and creating that foundation is our most important work if we want something that is sustainable and nourishing and authentic, that we can live in. We can live in without harming ourselves, without manifesting diseases that come from the level of stress that most of us in modern society are living with. So that is my calling and my passion, and if I can support you in that, whether you are interested in a private retreat, whether you are looking for some virtual spiritual coaching, I am taking 2 clients right now, and I'm interviewing people for that to see if we're a fit for one another. And if that resonates with you, please do reach out to me. And in the meantime, I will continue to show up here every Tuesday. And as I get more organized, I will be inviting more guests in the realms of the people that I have been watching and admiring for a very long time, and would love to have conversations with. So stay tuned, because I look forward to doing that. And they could be some of you. If you resonate with what the subject is. I mean, this is Voices of a Global Awakening. And if you consider yourself to be one of those on the leading edge of thought, supporting humanity and remembering the truth of our divinity, then please reach out to me, and it would be an honor to have you come on and chat with me, and plan that in advance. It doesn't have to be spur of the moment, which I'm totally happy with, but I know some people are more comfortable if they have more parameters and ideas of what we're going to talk about. So that's cool too. So I see a few more people have joined us. We've got Peter Rosen, Jerry Hazelton, Katerina Valencourt, and even my brother is in the house. Welcome, Irv. So good to see all of you here. And thank you for showing up. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. We have been given faces. We have been given voices. We have been given thoughts and consciousness. And evolution is a team sport. We are here to share with one another. We are here to evolve together, learn from one another, grow. And nobody has all the answers. We all have a piece of the puzzle. So anytime any of you feel inspired to come on and share with me either your perspective on things, what you're getting from this, if you have any questions that you want to brainstorm about, I am perfectly happy to invite you on and give you a platform to be seen and heard. It means a lot to me. So, yeah. So I need to take a little breathing pause, and if you feel so inspired, please do the same. Take a nice deep breath and release. And Soul Man has joined us. Welcome. Good to have you here. And if you haven't heard me say, if you look at the description for this live stream, there are all sorts of different ways that you can participate and join and support this work, this effort, and I welcome you. And And yes, we are in this together. So, step inside your mind. Seek and ye shall find all the treasures you've been dreaming of. Gently turn to me, I will set you free. Melt your troubles in the warmth of love. Everything you've ever longed for, you already own. I am so much nearer than your nearest telephone. Just be still and you will hear me. You are not alone. I am you, you are me, we are one. Ask and you'll receive if you but believe. Life is so much simpler than you know. It's such a rich surprise when we realize faith's the magic fuel that makes things go. Everything you've ever longed for, you already own. I am so much nearer than your nearest telephone. Just be still and you will hear me. You are not alone. I am you. You are me. We are one. I am you. You are me. We are one. We are the one we've been waiting for. We're the Messiah banging at your door. Look in the mirror, see who's watching you. You are the deity you're praying to. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are faith, we are light, we are peace, we are life, we are mind, we are real, we are truth, we are love, we are God, we are now. We are one. Om. We be we, Kimberly Swinson. We be we. Yes. So happy to have you here. Thank you. Yes, indeed, y'all. So I am available. I have nothing left in the way. I used to have many things in the way. In fact, if you go to my Spotify link, you will see a song that I wrote called Resurrection, which addresses how much that I have had in the way in my life. And now I have nothing in the way. So I am here to serve, and I am available for your keynote concert opportunities at your corporations and your festivals and your house concerts and whichever way I can support you. I am a primal emotional release facilitator. I'm offering private retreats. I'm offering one-on-one coaching and spiritual coaching. If any of these things call to you, please feel free to reach out to me with a direct message and let us have a little exploratory conversation together and see if we are a fit and I can serve you. So we have come to the end of our 2 hours together. And I'm just so happy with how quickly it goes and how rich it feels, and how many of you feel moved and inspired to hang with me for the duration in this fast-paced world that we live in. It is really a testament to what the spirit and the soul actually needs in terms of dropping in to presence and slowness and peace. And I'm going to start offering Slow Queen retreats at my place soon, because I think that our power is in our courage and willingness to slow down and be present with every breath, every moment, every nuance of the miracle, the blessing, and the privilege of our existence. So thank you again so much for showing up. I'm delighted to be with you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Namaste. Mwah.